Hello, and welcome to Coffee with the Coach. Oh man, it's summer. Those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. Oh man, you just gotta sit back and relax and take life easy. There's no reason to spend too much energy until fall. Heck, maybe November. Yeah, November, I'll plan my Advent sermons. Well, if that's what you think, turn off this video and go to the beach, the lake, the river, the pool, whatever body of water is nearest you, and jump right in. Make sure to jump in over your head, because it will prepare you for fall. Or stick around, and I'll give you 5 things you absolutely must nail down this summer so that you can build a great program for fall. I'm Steve Petty, and I have 3 goals for these videos: to help you become a better pastor and leader, to save you time and money, to help educate, motivate, and energize you to motivate and energize your church. I don't do this for my health, I do this because I care about your churches. So if you find these videos helpful, I hope you will subscribe to my channel. Go down there and click that little red button. And if you have any questions or comments, you can add them below. Or if you have any ideas about things I might cover in the future, be sure to comment. Send me an email at steve@revstevep.com and let me know. Now, 5 things you absolutely must do this summer. So before I get started with 5 things, let's just talk a little bit about fall. This year's going to be different. Last year was different. This year's going to be different. The pandemic is still running. We think it might be over. We think we might be done. We think with everybody vaccinated, things are good. So we plan thinking that things will go well. We plan out of a sense of optimism, recognizing that we could just as easily come into a fall in which the Delta variant messes everything up. And then what do? Well, likely as not, we go back to doing what we did last year. You know how to do that. You know how to shut down. You know how to go to online. That would be the pessimistic view. If you plan for that and things open up, you're in trouble. So plan for a busy fall. Plan to get back to business and plan to be better than before, which is what we're going to talk about now. 5 things to plan for and nail down this summer so that you're ready for fall. Number 1, Rally Day, homecoming, whatever you call it. It's a time in which you call the whole church back to a fun time and say fall is going to be wonderful and we're all going to be able to have community together and we're part of one big, large family in this church. You invite everyone. Key ingredient to all these things is inviting. We're making sure that we have opportunities to invite people into participation in the full life of the church. So Rally Day is exactly that. You lay out all the plans, all the calendar, all the events, everything that you're going to be doing this fall, and you say, here it all is. And we're going to have a fun day where we talk about it. We're going to have great food. We're going to have balloons. We're going to have games. We're going to have things for the kids. We're going to have lots of fun things going on. Come back, go to church in the morning, have a great Rally Day afternoon. This is your church. Isn't it wonderful? And people will come and they'll say, oh my gosh, I have missed this. I have missed this camaraderie. I've missed this family. I've missed being together. I'm ready to go. Let's do something new. Rally Day, homecoming, whatever you call it. Look at your calendar now. Look at the school schedule now and nail down that date and begin to plan for it. Find the 1 or 2 leaders in your church who are the best at hospitality. They may not have been people you've called on before. The people you know are really good at hospitality, and help them to help you plan a great Rally Day. Number 2, small groups. Small groups we know are the heart and soul of the church. Small groups have changed. We discovered that we can do small groups in internet meetings, Zoom meetings, Google Hangouts, wherever it is that your people like to meet online. They can have very effective classrooms and studies and Bible studies and just hang out together. And if things open up, you can have some of those meetings in church, some of those meetings in restaurants, some of those meetings in meeting halls, some of those meetings at the convention center, wherever it is that you can find a space that your people can agree on to come together and do the studies. Plan for studies now. I would say for every 50 people you have in worship, you should plan at least one new small group for the fall. New, not old, not something you've always done before. One brand new group. Make sure to bring back all the old groups, but offer one new group that you've never ever done before in a place and time you've never ever had it before, and invite people to come to that and see what you can get. Plan one new group, at least one, and really promote the Zoom groups or your internet groups on all of your media. Promote it on your website, promote it on your Facebook page, promote it in church. Invite people to invite friends who live outside the area. If they've got a person that used to be in their Bible study group and they now live in New Hampshire, wouldn't they love to be in the Bible study group now that meets on Zoom? I discovered that we can have people from all over the country taking part in our Bible study groups on Zoom, and it just adds to the flavor of the group. It makes it more fun. So, new small groups, new studies for the fall. Plan them now. Get the dates on the calendar now so that you're ready to go and can advertise them at that Rally Day event. Third, your finance campaign. I know it's summer. The last thing you really want to talk about is finance campaign, but finance campaigns start in the summer. Why? Because you need to calendar everything. A well-run finance campaign takes a lot of work. You need to set dates. You need to pick people. You need to get a team. So, first question, who is your leader? Who's the person that's going to ramrod the whole finance campaign, going to lead it, going to stand up in front of the congregation and talk about it? Someone that everyone loves and admires and will be willing to follow. Second, who's your team? Who are the people that are going to handle printing, labeling, stuffing, mailing, make follow-up phone calls? Who are the people that are going to take responsible for this campaign and make sure that it happens? Then put all the dates on your calendar. I mean, all of the dates. What date do you want to have the text written if you're not buying it? What date does it have to be printed and edited? What date do the envelopes have to be stuffed? How many people have to be there to get all the mailings done? What are the stewardship sermon dates? If you're going to be preaching on stewardship, what are the 2 or 3 dates that that's going to happen? And let your music team know about that. And when is Celebration Sunday? When is that day when everybody comes back and says, this is my pledge, this is my church, I'm going to do this big time? Nail down all of those dates now and put them on your calendar so that you and your team leader for the finance campaign can begin to drive that campaign forward so that it comes off like a well-oiled machine. We all know, especially after this last year, finances are critical. Be bold. Ask for money. Share your vision. Get people excited about where your church is going, and they will help you fund it. Fourth thing to do, nail down your Advent events. I know it's summer and you're thinking, Advent? Oh my gosh, I can't even think about Advent. But think about Advent. What are the extra worship things you would like to see happen this year for Advent? What are the Advent studies that you want to make sure to offer? Something new, something old. What are the music concerts that have been going on in your church? What are the children and family events that you want to make sure happen? Are there crafts? Are there decorations? Try something new this year. Talk to your neighbor pastors. What really worked for them last time we could meet in person that you would like to do? Plan all of those events. Get all of them on the calendar. Christmas Eve times. And Christmas Eve is Friday, and Christmas Day is Saturday, and then you have to do Sunday right away. So bing, 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 1, 2, 3. What special times and special events are you going to put together for that 3-day package? Nail all of those down now. It will pay dividends later on. Christmas Eve. So you want to bring back the traditional Christmas Eve? That's great. What's your most popular Christmas Eve event? Is it the 11 o'clock, which goes until midnight Christmas Eve event? Is it the 4:30 in the afternoon children's event? Make sure that whatever really worked in the past, you bring back. Bring back those things. But try something new. If you've never done the 4:30 children's event, what would that look like? Who is the best person in the church to put that together so that we could have a Cracker Jack children's Christmas Eve at 4:30 in the afternoon? If you've never had an 11 o'clock, and your people are going, oh, I don't know, we're just going to stay up past 9. Maybe you put together a very small 11 o'clock worship with candlelight. Maybe even go outside on the patio for the lighting at midnight. However you want to do it, put together at least one new service this year. It will be small. It won't attract as many people. But one new service that can grow in the future and increase the number of people who will be involved in your Christmas Eve service. I remember once talking with Ken Callahan, and he asked how many people I had in worship on an average Sunday, and I said we had about 300. He said, how many did you have Christmas Eve? And I said, we had 950 Christmas Eve. He said, well, then you should be planning for a Sunday morning attendance of 950. Well, I have to tell you, we never made 950 because we couldn't park that many people. But what he was really saying is, if people are willing to come to your church on Christmas Eve, you should have such a great service that they will be willing to come back later during the year. And you should be planning for an increased attendance for that. Christmas Eve is one of the biggest doors we have into the church. More people will come on Christmas Eve than come any other time because it's just family, it's tradition, it's great stuff. Plan for a big Christmas Eve. Plan to advertise your Christmas Eve service. Whatever local paper that exists, whatever Facebook advertisements you want to buy, plan for, advertise, get Christmas Eve out there in front of everybody. It is the biggest thing to invite people to all year long. We'll talk about that later when we get into fall. But plan now. Get those times nailed down now for Christmas Eve, and then plan for them as we get closer to them. That's it. 5 simple things. If you plan for those now and get them nailed down, well, then you can take some time off, go down to the beach, soak in some sun, take in some ball games, because you're ready for fall. Bring it on. I hope you find that helpful. Next week, I'll be talking about how to preach online in a post-pandemic world. It's not the same. I hope you found these videos valuable, and I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or comments, again, please email me at steve@revstevep.com or add your comments at the bottom. I'll see you next week on Coffee with Coach.